Blue, are you on squirrel patrol? Yeah, he's on squirrel patrol. Hello, welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry. This is Finish It Friday, where we see what I've gotten finished this week and what some of you have gotten finished. So today we're going to have a little virtual quilt show, as usual, of some of your all's finishes. But first, I'm going to show you what I've been working on this week. I have to be honest, I didn't do a lot. But I do have a long arm finish for you. And it is Daphne. Daphne the wolf. You remember when I put this together, I think we did sort of a one of those hang out with me videos. And you can kind of see here we have a wolf face. And I wanted you to see the quilting close up. Well, I have it sideways. That's no good. Here she is. I hope that there, maybe this is good. How about right there? But I wanted you to see the quilting on it. It turned out so good. Look, it looks like the wind. It's actually called Ocean Waves or something like that. Yeah, it's from My Creative Stitches. If you're a Longarmer and you want to find this, I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. But it just worked out really good for this panel. I love it. Panel quilt. So let me put you some pictures up here on both sides of me as well of that. It kind of gives you an idea. It was 50 by 56 and a half, something like that. And I still have to bind it. I have the purple shade that I can use, this little print right here. I have this that I'm going to put for the binding. I haven't trimmed it properly yet either. So I have a little bit more work to do on that. But I did get that done as a long arm finish this week. Mark also had me long arm a couple of small items for him that he's going to have in his next video. I don't know when that's going to be. It should be pretty soon. It's not going to be a very long video. And I think I talked about it on Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday's video, I think I probably mistitled it. I put something like, let's put a quilt on the long arm. Let's load a quilt on the long arm. And I think everyone got the idea that that was a long arm video. It wasn't. It was a hangout with me video. And there was a lot of other things and a lot of other chit chat and what have you on there. So if you skipped over that video for that reason, go back and watch it. It's more like a Monday Friday video, lots of talk and lots of moving around and doing lots of different things. I did several things that day, so go back and watch it if you hadn't. I noticed that it wasn't as well watched as it normally would have been for a hangout with me video, and I think that's why, because I put that in the title. Yes, I could go back and change it and re-upload it and all that, but at this point it's probably not all that worth it to go to all that trouble to do that. I can just tell you right here, please go back and watch it. It could use a few more views to make it worth the time put into making it. So I did that quilt. I did a little bit for Mark on the long arm, and then and you'll be seeing that later. And then I've also been working on summer wedding, and I told you last week I was putting these together. It turns out like this, and then you slice this into 4 pieces, and then you make these H units like this. This is the first H unit I've made. So I still have about this many more of these to do like this. And then I can start cutting them up and making the H units. So I need 392 of these. So I have stacks and stacks and stacks of these little 3.5-inch strips over there that I need to put with these once I cut these up. So I think you get the picture. Here's the, let me get you the other picture again, just in case you're seeing this for the first time. I'm doing this one here, this full queen, 87 by 105, and you see how those H units will end up into these wedding rings, double wedding rings. So that's what I've been working on. It's kind of mindless stuff, I know, but I just didn't get the right segments of time, or what would you call that? I just didn't have the right time slots to work on the other blocks I need to be doing. I know a couple of those sew-alongs are wrapped up, and I need to get those blocks done and get those done and out of the way too. Maybe I'll get to that this weekend. We'll see. So let's go on now to your finishes for this week, and we have a nice little show for you. First up, we have Beth. Beth says, "This is my first time sending in a finished project. The pattern is called Dance of the Dragonfly by Joanne Hoffman. I saw this at a quilt expo last year and just had to try it out. I had to learn applique and free motion quilting. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It now hangs on my wall." Wow, Beth, this is awesome. Thank you for sending this in. We look forward to more of your finishes. I have seen this as well. Another YouTuber that I watched that is not a quilting channel was making this, and lots and lots of work on this. All of those little segments of the leaves are appliqued, and all of the stitching that she's done around the bodies of the dragonflies, and interesting background fabric. And I'm just curious if that's, I guess you have a piece of fabric that had that light spot in the middle. That is really, really cool. And wow, you learned some really valuable skills on this one and did such a great job. Congratulations to you, Beth. This is lovely, very lovely, and I'm glad you're able to put that on your wall and enjoy it when you see it in your home. It's just awesome. She says, "I enjoy watching you Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Thank you for what you do." Well, thank you for watching, Beth, and I love what I do here on YouTube, encouraging other quilters. Beth is from Salt Lake City, Utah. Wow, very nice. Next we have Sandra. She says, "I hope you know how much your videos inspire your viewers. I so look forward to all 3 weekly." Well, thank you, Sandra. I love to hear your all's comments on that. It's very encouraging to me as well. She says, "Here's my finish for this week. I used the pattern Pansies in Paradise with all batiks, and I upsized it to 109 by 109. I used wool batting. The backing was a 108, but still required piecing. It is a gift for my sister-in-law. I quilted it with a lemon peel paper pantograph from Urban Elements on my Gamma long arm. As always, thanks for all you do." Thank you, Sandy. She signs it Sandy, and she is from Citrus Springs, Florida. This is a big one. Wow. And I love the design. Very nice color palette as well. Very striking. Lots of movement and 3D effect on this pattern. You did an awesome job on it, and awesome that you were able to put that little strip in your backing there to make it long enough and wide enough for your quilt. Just an inch over, wasn't it? But that really adds something that you used one of your extra blocks and some extra leftover pieces of fabric there for your piano key strip that you added to the back. This is a lovely finish. Very nice job. Darlene has still been on her table runner Lollapalooza. She's determined to get her UFOs under control. She says, "I'm inspired by all the beautiful items I see in your videos. Everyone is so talented." Yes, all of you are. You included Darlene. She's working on her table runner Lollapalooza, as she calls it. She has one purple one here with just some little patchwork on it. She has a set of 4 placemats here with a floral design and done in a light aqua. And then another set of 3 placemats with the table runner that match in purple, lavender, greens, and aquas. Very nice. You're getting them done. This is awesome. The next one is from Cindy. And Cindy shows us one here with, it looks like geese and very soft colors. There are geese and clouds and other, I'm gonna say this is a baby quilt. I don't have any more information on here. Yes, I do. I do have information on it. Let me see what I can find here about this. Okay, the first one, there's two, and they are for grandchildren. She says, I so look forward to your videos. This is Cindy. I wanted to share a couple of my recent finishes. My granddaughter is expecting her first baby, a boy, in January, and my grandson, her brother, and his wife are expecting their first little girl in February, just 3 weeks apart. Okay, so the first quilt is for the little boy. It's simple squares, water falling down the quilt. Yes, that's the one with the geese and the clouds with the faces and all of that. Very, very cute. She says the challenge for me on this was keeping my ducks in a row and in the border there. And then the other one, the Dresden, is for the little girl and was my first scalloped edge. I'm happy to say it wasn't as hard as I expected. Thanks again for all you do. You're welcome, Cindy. Thanks for watching. You did a great job on these baby quilts. Just perfect for a little boy, that first one. And then the Dresden plate for the little girl. Very cute. Your scalloped edge did turn out very nice. Yes, just make that bias binding there, and that usually works out a lot easier than you think, and it really adds something to the quilt. So very good job on all of these, and all of the quilting you did on them. Very nice. Those will be well loved. Next we have Yvette. Yvette has finished her a bloom panel using the pattern that Mark designed for us. This is the pattern that I'm using as well. See those opposite blocks there, but Yvette has put a nice peach border in the line on hers. Very nice. And you can see on the close-up pictures, she's got her stitching nicely done on the panel blocks. Beautiful. And she's also used a minky backing, I believe. This is a store-bought throw that she's used for this small quilt. You know, you can find those in 50 by 70, but they're very hard to find any bigger than that. So this was perfect if that's a 50 by 70 throw that you could put on the back of this cute little quilt. I just think this would make an adorable little girl baby quilt for the baby's room or for the wall, you know. Could use it on the wall there at a nursery. Very cute. Can't wait to get mine done. I'm only a fraction of the way done, but Yvette has hers all finished up there and all quilted and everything. Very good. Very happy to show this. If you're looking for that pattern, I have a video out that's called the Bloom Panel pattern. If you can go back and find that, you'll find a PDF copy of that for those opposite blocks there, and the sashing that's used. This one is from Naomi. She says, "It's finally done. What great fun! I had my daughter and I took a long arm class together. It was our first time trying out a long arm. I finally decided on my color wash borders. When the day rolled around for our long arm class, the customers at the store asked me for your pattern, and I told them they'd have to watch your videos." Well, thank you, Naomi. And she says that you gave the pattern for free and showed them how to do it. I'm proud of my first quilt. From beginning to end, I did it myself. Thank you again for all your help. This is amazing, too. These are stories I love to tell. Okay, Naomi's first quilt. She got the free pattern and the video tutorial from my channel. She took a long arm class, learned how to long arm it, and bound it. She did her first quilt from start to finish. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that a great story? So this pattern, and I don't remember what it was called. I should have looked that up, shouldn't I? There is a pattern. It's actually fairly recently. If you look in the videos, you don't have to go back too far to find this stash buster. So that's what she used. She did a little bit of a color wash there on it. It turned out great, Naomi. Congratulations to you. And you are from, you didn't say where you were from, but great finish there. I'm so happy about this. And then the last one we have for this week is from Kathy. It came in the nick of time, Kathy. I didn't have a full 10 today, so I was glad to get yours and include it. She says, this is the Peaceful Baskets monthly block from the 2024 Sew Sampler. I used various Lori Holt fabrics from my stash for the baskets and sashing. And the edge-to-edge quilting is called Flutter, and used a butter shade of thread. The quilt measures 67 by 87. I finished it with a flange binding. She thinks she's going to gift this to a friend back in Pennsylvania. Love watching your videos and learning from you. Keep them coming and enjoy your holidays. Okay, Kathy from North Carolina, here's her Peaceful Baskets. So she did pretty much the same finishing and everything that we all did, but she used different fabrics, like I did too. Lori Holt fabrics that you had, and others. This turned out very nice with your blue baskets. So it's kind of a nice little twist on this pattern as far as the fabrics go, because you know, in the Sew Sampler box, they were using Shoreline, I think. Either that or Nantucket Summer, which were the blues and the greens that you have in your stars and your baskets. But you used other fabrics, colorful fabrics, for the blocks inside the basket. So it's a one-of-a-kind, and you did a great job on this. And I see your butterfly pantograph. I've used that one before, too. Very nice job. Turned out good. You just got it in the nick of time. I'm so glad you did. All right, let's get back to the video. Wow, can you believe those finishes? They were so good this week. I loved it. I loved it so much. I'll look up those two videos, the bloom panel and then the last one there. Not the very last one, the second to the last one, Naomi's, I think. Yeah, I'll look that up and put those links in the description box in case you want to try those patterns out if you didn't before. And I'll do my best. You know how I am. The reason why sometimes things don't get in the description box like they should is because the video comes out like in the middle of the night, and I can't put them in there until it's uploaded completely. I know, it's kind of dumb, but it's because I have my videos out at 6 a.m. is why that happens. But it seems to be a time that works pretty good, so I don't want to really change that on you. So yeah, great finishes this week. Well, sorry Blue didn't decide to come in during all of this. He's on squirrel patrol. When he comes up here with me, a lot of times he'll spend a few more minutes out there doing his thing, and then he'll come to the door and bark and want to come in. Well, he didn't do that today because there must be a lot of squirrel activity out there. Or sometimes he makes his way to the front of the house and forgets where I am and barks to come in the front door, and then Mark lets him in. So, and then I'm like, where did he go? Where did he go? And I'm talking to Mark on the phone saying, is Blue in there? Yeah, he came to the front door. So, the life of a pet owner, right? He went to the vet this week and got his shots all updated. He's doing great. Has a little bit of a heart murmur, but he is 11 years old, so we'll just keep our eye on that. He's just going to get some more regular visits instead of just once a year. He's going to go every 6 months now. So, got to take care of Mr. Blue Sky. Yes, we do. All right, this weekend, let's get in our sewing rooms and get something going. continue on something, start something, finish something, clean something, sort something. There's always something to do. Just spend a few minutes in there. If nothing else, if you don't have much time. I'm going to continue on with these little dudes, possibly. At least finish the ones I have left to do for the middle section. And these, I'll at least do that. And I might put this to the side for a minute and get some of those blocks done that I mentioned last week that I didn't get into. So always plenty of fun things to do as usual. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday.